Ready to strengthen your reading comprehension? Take a listen.
All right, today we're going to unpack a really powerful legal term that, believe it or not, affects everything from your tax bill to the final outcome of a criminal trial. The word is abatement. Now, I know it sounds technical and maybe a little dry, but it's a concept that shows up in some surprisingly personal places.
I mean, who hasn't, right? Well, at its very core, that's kind of the role abatement plays in our legal system. It's the law's way of hitting pause, or reducing a burden, or in some pretty dramatic cases, just wiping the slate totally clean. You can think of it as a legal remedy, a tool for fixing things.
So what's really important to get here is that abatement isn't just some random thing. It always has a purpose. It's either used to correct a situation that's just plain unfair, or it's used to actively encourage a good outcome, like, say, revitalizing a neighborhood or protecting public health.
So let's start where abatement is most likely to pop up in your own life, your finances. It actually plays a huge role in both taxes and rent, two areas where a little reduction or suspension can make a really big difference.
Okay, so on one side, you've got tax abatement. This is basically a tool that governments use to encourage development. They might go to a business and say, hey, if you build a new factory here and create jobs, we'll give you a temporary break on your taxes. Then on the other side, you've got rent abatement, which is a tool for tenants. If your apartment becomes unlivable because of, let's say, a massive leak that your landlord just won't fix, the law might let you reduce or even stop paying rent until it's resolved. See? Two very different situations, one legal principle at work.
And this really gets to the heart of the public policy side of things. A city might offer a property tax abatement to a developer who's willing to restore a beautiful old historic building, or maybe to a big company that promises to keep its headquarters in town. It's basically a financial carrot to achieve a community goal. Now, this stuff often sparks a lot of debate about whether these deals really benefit the public or if they're just subsidizing corporations.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. Let's see how this same concept goes from our own wallets to the health and safety of our entire community. Because abatement isn't just about money. It's a really critical tool for making sure our neighborhoods are safe.
So you have what's called nuisance abatement. This targets things that are a danger or a blight on the community, like a derelict building that's attracting crime. An order for abatement could force the owner to either fix it up or tear it down. And then there's environmental abatement. This is all about removing specific dangers, like the super-regulated process of getting hazardous lead-based paint out of a home to protect a family's health.
See, ultimately, whether we're talking about an unsafe building or a chemical hazard, the whole point of community abatement is to reduce or totally eliminate a threat that gets in the way of everyone's right to a safe and healthy environment. It's a protective shield, really, for the public good.
So, we've covered finances, we've covered public safety, but this is where the idea of abatement takes a really surprising and kind of shocking turn. We're heading into the courtroom now, where its power is at its most absolute.
You know, it's one thing to lower a tax bill or tear down an old building. But what if abatement could do something way more profound? What if it could fundamentally change the permanent record of a criminal case after a verdict has already been delivered?
It's a pretty wild question, right? We all tend to think of a conviction as, well, final. But the legal system can, under a very specific set of circumstances, hit a giant undo button on it, making it as if the trial never even happened.
This is it. It's called abatement ab initio. The logic, and it's kind of fascinating, is that an appeal is seen as a direct continuation of the judicial process. So if a defendant dies before that process is complete, their conviction isn't legally final. Because it's not final, the law just vacates the entire proceeding. It's the most extreme form of abatement there is, the total elimination of a legal outcome. And as you can imagine, this raises some incredibly complex questions about justice for victims when a conviction just vanishes.
So wow, we've seen abatements, lower taxes, make buildings safer, and even completely erase convictions from the record. These applications seem like they're from totally different planets, but there's a really powerful common thread that connects them all. This list really shows you just how incredibly flexible this one concept is. It's a tool for fairness, whether that means fixing a property tax bill or making sure a tenant has a safe place to live. It's a tool for policy, driving economic growth and protecting public health. And it's a tool for procedural justice, upholding the bedrock principle that a legal judgment isn't truly final until all the appeals have been exhausted.
So no matter the context, abatement is the law's very targeted solution for lessening a burden. And it doesn't matter if that burden is financial, physical, or procedural. Abatement steps in to try and create a more just outcome or to actively steer society toward a goal we've decided is important.
And that really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Depending on the situation you're looking at, abatement can look like a totally necessary instrument for justice, or it can look like a technicality that just lets someone off the hook. So what is it? A loophole? Or is it one of the law's most essential and complex tools for trying to achieve fairness?